Now let's take question from the exercise 14. First question. It's a simple question. The daily earnings of a taxi driver during a week are 60, 70, 52.5. So let's keep on writing them. 60, 70, 52.5. I'm writing them like this so that it's easier to add. 63, 73 and 68. If you add all of them, you will get 386.5. And we know this is the total sum, right? So sum is equal to 386.5. Now the average is equal to the total sum divided by number. So total sum is 386.5 divided by the number of items is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So approximately it comes out to be equal to 64.41. That is the answer. Okay. So the average wages for 6 days is 64.41. In the options there is 64.40. And there is none of these, so nothing to worry about. Okay. Now let's take question number 2. Similar question almost. It says the daily maximum temperature in Delhi for 7 consecutive days in May 1988 were 42.7 degrees C. So we'll keep writing and add them. So 42.7 degrees centigrade, then 44.6, then 42.0, then 39.1, then 43.0, and then 42.5, and then 38.5. Alright, so you have to add them. 7 plus 6, 13 plus 1, 14, plus 5 is 19, plus 5 is 24. So we have 4 here, 2 carry forward. Then 2 plus 2, 4 plus 4, 8 plus 2, 10 plus 9, 19 plus 3, 22 plus 2, 24 plus 8, 32. So 2 here. And 3 carry forward, 3 plus 4, 7 plus 4, 11 plus 4, 15 plus 3, 18 plus 4, 22 plus 4, 26 plus 3, 29. So 292.4. So the average temperature would be equal to the total sum, that is 292.4 divided by 7. So if you divide by 7, you will get 7 4s are 28. 280, then 1 12, so 1 time 5, 54, to 7 7s are 49, then 50, so 7. So 41.77 degrees centigrade is the average temperature. Now let's take up third question. Third question says the average weight of 24 students of section A of a class is 58 kg, whereas the average weight of 26 students of section B of the class is 60.5 kg. Find the average weight of all the 50 students in the class, right? So what we do is the average of the class would be equal to the total sum of class A plus total sum of class B divided by the total number of students, that is 50. Now the average of the first section is 58 and there are 24 students, right? So the average is 58 kg and there are 24 students. So each one of them is entitled to 58 kg. So the sum of class A can be written as 24 into 58 per child, per student. Similarly, in the second section, there are 26 students into 60.5 kg. Okay, and the whole thing divided by 50. So if you calculate, the average will come out to be 24 into 58. That will be 1200 plus 192. So 1392 plus 26 into 60.5. This will become 121 into 13. So 1560 plus 13. 1560 plus 13 would be 1573 divided by 50. Okay. Now on addition, this will give us 2 plus 3, 5, 9 plus 7, 16, 1 carry, 5 plus 3, 8 and 1, 9, 1 and 1, 2. So 2965 divided by 50. So if you cancel by 5, this gives us 10 and this will give us 5, then 46. So 5 9s are 45, 15, then it is 3. So 593 upon 10. So the average weight is 59.3 kg. This is the combined average of both these sections. Now question number 4, it says the average of 5 consecutive even numbers starting with 4. The numbers are, if you start with 4, consecutive even numbers will be 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. Now remember, whenever you have consecutive natural numbers or consecutive even numbers or consecutive odd numbers, I repeat, whenever you have consecutive numbers, whether it is natural, even or odd, doesn't matter. The average is always the middle number, right? So in this case, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. So middle number will be 8. So straight away, average is equal to 8. I repeat. Now, if there were 5 numbers or 3 numbers or 7 numbers, you can always get to the middle number. If there are more than one middle numbers, you take the average of only the middle numbers. Okay, I'll take another example. So the answer of this question is 8. Okay, let's say if it was only 4 numbers. So 4, 6, 8, 10. Now there is no exact middle number, there are two middle numbers. So take the average of these two numbers only. So in this case, the average will be the simple average of 6 and 8. So 6 plus 8 by 2, which is 7. Alright. So if there are, let's say, 5 numbers or 7 numbers or 11 numbers, the middle number will be the average straight away. If there are 4 numbers or 6 numbers or 8 numbers, in that case there will be two middle numbers, take the average of them, right? Otherwise you can always add and calculate, right? But the faster way would be to just take the middle number. Okay. Now question number 5. Question number 5 says an aeroplane travels distances 2500 kilometers to 1200 kilometers and 500 kilometers at the rate of 500 kilometers per hour, 400 kilometers per hour and 250 kilometers per hour respectively. The average speed is, okay. Now we know that average speed is equal to total distance upon total time. In this case, the times are not given, so you have to calculate the times. Now, total distance will be 2500 plus 1200 plus 500. Whole divided by the times. The times are not given. We have to calculate the times. Okay. Now, the first distance of 2500 is covered at a speed of 500 kilometers per hour. So, time taken will be, we know that time is equal to distance by speed. So, first time will be 2500 divided by 500. So time taken in the first part is 2500 plus 500. In the second part, that is 1200 kilometers distance, the time taken would be 1200 divided by speed, that is 400 kilometers per hour. In the third part, the distance is 500 kilometers and the speed is 250 kilometers per hour. So divide by 250. Okay, right? So just remember this, that the average speed will be total distance upon total time. Okay. Now simplify this. So 2500 plus 1200, 3700 plus 500, that is 4200. Divide by 2500 plus by 500 is 5, 1200 by 400 is 3, 500 by 250 is 2. So it is 4200 divided by 10. So the average speed will be 420 kilometers per hour. So this is one specific question and this is how you have to solve it. Okay. Now question number 6. It says the average of 7 numbers is 35. The average of first 6 of those numbers is 4. The 7th number is. Now, if you see average of 7 numbers, that means the sum of all 7 numbers. So let's say sum of 7 numbers, that is equal to 7 into 5, because average is 5. So 7 numbers into 5 average. So 35 is the total sum of all 7 numbers. Similarly, the average of first 6 of these numbers is 4. So sum of first 6 numbers, that will be equal to 6 into 4, which is 24. Right? So sum of first 7 numbers is 35. Sum of first 6 numbers is 24. That means the 7th number will be the simple difference of these two, that is 35 minus 24, which is 11. A very simple question. Now the next question, question number 7. It says the average of 10 numbers is 7. What will be the new averages if each of the numbers is multiplied by 8? Now please understand, if each of the numbers is multiplied by 8, then the average will also get multiplied by 8, right? Just remember that this question is directly solvable. So if the original average is 7, then the new average is equal to 7 into 8, which is 56. That's it. Nothing else has to be done. Right? Remember, if all the numbers are multiplied by 8, the average will also get multiplied by 8. Similarly, if all the numbers were added by 8, the average would also get added by 8. Right? If all the numbers were subtracted by 8, the average will also get subtracted by 8, and so on and so forth. This is how these questions are supposed to be done. Okay. Now, question number 8. The average weight of 5 persons sitting in a boat is 38 kg. So average weight of 5 people is 38. So sum of 5 persons, weight of 5 persons, that would be equal to, average is 38 into there are 5 people. So 38 into 5 is 190 kg. And the average weight of the boat and the person sitting. So now there will be 6 items, and that is 52 kg. So sum of 5 persons plus the boat. Now there are 6 items and their average is 52 kg. So 52 kg into 6, that will be equal to 312 kg. We have already calculated sum of 5 persons, that is 190, plus the boat, that is equal to 312 kg. So very clearly the boat is equal to 312 minus 190. That should be equal to 122 kg. Okay, so the weight of the boat is 122 kg. Okay. Now the 9th question. The average monthly salary of a staff of 9 persons is 2450. One member of the staff whose monthly salary is 2650 is transferred. Find the average salary of the remaining 8 people. Directly we can do that. The total sum of all 9 people would be 9 into 2450. This is the total sum of 9 people. Now out of this, one person is going away. So his salary 2650 will be subtracted. So this is the new sum. This 9 into 2450 minus 2650 is the new sum. And this is the total sum of remaining 8 people. So divided by 8 to get the new average. This is the new average. I'll repeat. The original average was 2450 for 9 people. So the total sum of 9 people would be 9 into 2450. Subtract for one person who is going away, that is 2650 subtracted. This is the total sum of 8 people divided by 8 to get the new average. So it would be equal to 9 into 2450 would be equal to 0, 45, 4, 36, 40, 0, 18 plus 2, 22. So 22050 is the total sum minus 2650 divided by 8. Now 22050 minus 2650, so it will become 194,000. So 19400 upon 8. If you divide this, you will get 8 2s are 16, 34, 8 4s are 8 4s are 32, then 20, so 8 2s are 16, 40, so 5. So 2425 rupees is the new average of 8 people. This is again a straightforward, simple question. Now, question number 10. It says in a class of 20 students in an examination in mathematics, 2 scored 100 each, 3 got 0 each, and the average of rest was 40. Okay. So the average of the whole class will be calculated as, look at this very carefully, 2 students into 100 marks each, plus 3 students into 0 marks each, plus there are already 5 students we have accounted for, so 2 plus 3, 5. Remaining students would be 20 minus 5, that is 15 students, and their average is 40. Alright, so divide by 20. This is the question asking. So it is 200 plus 0 plus 600. So 200 plus 600 divided by 20, which is 800 by 20, which is eventually 40 marks. So 40 marks is the average of the whole class. Okay, so first we had to find the total sum of all the scores, divide by total number of students. 2 students, 100 marks each, so 2 into 100. 3 students 0 marks each, so 3 into 0. And the remaining 15 students 40 marks each, so 15 into 40. So 600 plus 200, 800 by 20, that is 40 marks. Alright. 11th question. The mean marks of 10 boys in a class is 70%, whereas the mean marks of 15 girls is 60%. The mean marks of all the 25 students is. This is again a direct question of weighted average. So mean means average, right? So mean marks would be equal to the total sum of marks. Now for boys, there are 10 boys and every boy has got 70% marks. Plus, so the sum of boys will be 10 into 70. Similarly, the total sum of girls would be 15 girls and average is 60, so into 60. Divide by total number of students is 25. So we have 700 plus 15 into 60 is 900 divided by 25. So the overall average is 1600 upon 25. Okay, so it is equal to 16 fours are 64%. So percentage marks of the whole class is 64%. It is the combined average. Okay. Now, question number 12. It says the average age of A, B, C, D 5 years ago was 45 years. Remember, everybody would have increased the age by 5 years now. So 5 years ago, the average was 45. So now the average would be 50. Okay, I repeat, everyone's age increases by the same quantity. So 5 years ago, the average age was 45 years. So now the average age would be 50 years because everyone increases by 5 years. Now it says by including X, the present age of all the 5 is 49 years. Now understand, the average of A, B, C, D, that's the present average, that is 4 people, is equal to 50 years. Alright. And now we have included one more person, that is X. The present age of all 5 is 49 years. That means the new average has to be calculated like this: 4 people into 50 years plus X is the new person, divide by 5, right? And the new average is given to be 49. That is equal to 200 plus X divided by 5. So if you cross multiply, it becomes 49 into 5 is equal to 200 plus X. 49 into 5 is 245 is equal to 200 plus X. So that means X is equal to 45 years. Okay, so this is a simple, straightforward question. Now the next question, question number 13. It says the average of 5 members is 21 years. The age of the youngest member is 5 years. Find the average of the family at the birth of the youngest member. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's do it like this. If the average age of 5 members is 21 right now, that means their sum would be, sum of 5 people would be equal to 5 into 21, which is 105 years. Now this includes the age of the youngest member. Okay, so if you remove the youngest member, then the sum of 4 people, that is without youngest, that would be equal to 105 minus 5, which is 100 years. That means average of 4 people, average of those 4 people right now would be 100 by 4, which is 25 years. But the question is asking, this is the present average, right? This is the present average. But the question is asking, what is the average age of the family at the birth of youngest member? Now, at the birth of youngest member, we had only 4 people, right? So for those 4 people, and that was 5 years ago, the youngest member is 5 years old right now. And we have calculated the average of remaining 4 people as 25 years right now. So 5 years ago, their average would be simply 25 minus 5. So we say that 5 years ago, that is at the birth of youngest. We will not include the youngest because he was just born. The average of 4 people of the family would be simply equal to 25 minus 5, because everybody's age would be 5 years less, so it would be 20 years. That was the average at that time. Okay. Then let's say question number 14. It says 3 years ago the average age of the family of 5 members was 27 years. So 3 years ago the average age was 27 years. So right now the average age would be 27 plus 3, that is 30 years. Right? On the addition of a child to the family, the present average age of the family is still 27 years. Find the present age of the child. Okay, right? So the 3 years ago, the average age of the family of 5 members was 27. So the present average, so present sum of 5 people would be equal to 5 people into the present average would be 30, right? 5 years ago, 3 years ago, the average was 27 years. So present average would be 30. So 5 into 30 is 150 years. All right. Now, on addition of the child, the present average age of how many people? 5 people were already there. 1 child is added. So now there are 6 people. So present sum of 6 people. Now 6 people is including child, that would be equal to 6 into the present average of all 6 people is also 27. So it is 6 into 27, which is equal to it is 162 years. Okay, I think very clearly the child's age would be equal to the difference of these two. Child's age is simply equal to 162 minus 150. Right? In the first case, there was no child. In the second case, the child is added. So, child's age would be 162 minus 150, which is 12 years. Right? So, these questions are very simple. You can do them. Now, the next question, question number 15, is still the same. 3 years ago, the average age of a family of 5 members was 17 years. So, that means the present average age would be 17 plus 3, 20 years. So, I'll say present sum of ages of 5 people would be equal to 5 into the present average, that is 20. So 5 into 20 is 100 years. Alright. And the present sum of 6 people. So obviously the sixth one is the child, including child would be equal to, the average is the same. So average of the 6 people is same as that average that it was earlier. So now we have 6 people into original average is 17. So 6 into 17 would be 102 years. Now whatever is the difference is the age of child. So age of child is equal to 102 minus 100, which is 2 years. Okay. Okay. Now question number 16. It says the average salary per head of all the workers in a workshop is rupees 850. The average salary per head of 7 technicians is 1000 and the average salary per head of the rest is 780. Find the total number of workers in the workshop. So let's assume that the rest is let's say the total number of people is X. Let's say the total number of people in the workshop is X. Now out of that X, 7 people's average salary is rupees 1000 and the remaining 7 X minus 7 people's average salary is 780 and the overall average for X people is 850 rupees. Okay, so we can use a simple process of calculation, that is, how do you calculate average? Overall average is calculated as 7 into 1000 is the total salary of 7 people plus X minus 7 into 780, that is the total salary of the remaining people, divide by total people, that is X, and the average here given is 850. So if you cross multiply, you will get 7000 plus X into 780, so 780X minus 7 into 780 is equal to 850x. Okay, so we have 7000 minus 7 into 780 would be equal to 70, 7, 7 8 are 56. So 5, 49 plus 5 is 54. So 5460 is equal to 850 minus 780x. Now 850 minus 780x would be equal to 70x. Now 7000 minus 5460 would be 1540 equal to 70x. So 0, 0 gets cancelled and we have x equal to 154 upon 7, which is 22. So there are 22 people in the workshop. So this is one very simple method. We just follow the normal process. Okay, so there are 22 people. Now there is another method of doing the same question. That other method is called, let's say this is the other method for question 16. It is called allocation method. Now in allocation method, what we do, we put the original values like this, 1000 and 780. Their average is written in between a little lower, so 850. Then take the difference of this and this right here. So 1000 and 850, 850, the difference is 150. Then 780 and 850, the difference is 70. This 70 and 150, take the ratio of these two quantities. This is 7 is to 15. This gives us the ratio of quantities. That is, in this case, the ratio of number of people. Okay, this is one very good method of solving questions of averages. So if the ratio of people is 7 is to 15, and here is already given that the first one is already 7 people, that means the other one has to be 15 people. Alright, so the total number of people has to be 7 plus 15, which is 22. Okay, so this is one very good method. This is called allocation method. Using this, just remember, this allocation method can be used only when the original values are given and the final average is given. If any one of these three is missing, you cannot apply this method. Okay, I'll repeat. Write the original values like this, and then the average value in between a little lower. Then take the difference of the first value and the average, attribute it to the second value. Similarly, take the difference of second value and the average, attribute it to the first value. This, and take the ratio of these differences. So ratio of these differences, 70 is to 150, that is 7 is to 15, is the ratio of quantities. 7 stands for the quantity of 1000 and 15 stands for the quantity of 780. Here the quantity is number of people. So the number of people ratio is 7 is to 15. You can always apply this. Okay, we'll take in the next exercise we'll have a lot of questions like this. Now let's take question number 17. It says the average income of A for 15 days is rupees 70. The average for the first 5 days is 60 and for the last 9 days is 80. The income for the 6th day. Okay, so let's say the income for the 6th day is X. That means the average will be equal to, let's say, for the first 5 days it is 5 into 60. For the 6th day it is X. And for the last 9 days it is 80. So 9 into 80 is the total income for 15 days. Whole divide by 15. This should be the average. And the average is given as 70. So 70 is equal to 5 into 60 is 300 plus X plus 9 into 8 is 720. Divide by 15. Now 15 goes to the other side. 15 into 70 is 1050 is equal to 300 plus 720 is 1020 plus X. So X is equal to 1050 minus 1020, it is 30. So 30 rupees is the income of the 6th day. Okay, it's a simple question. Now question number 18, it says the average of 17 numbers is 10.9. The average of first 9 numbers is 10.5 and the last 9 numbers is 11.4. The middle number is. Now this is a very tricky situation. Let's say the average of, let's do it like this. Find the total sum. The total sum would be equal to 17 into 10.9. Now 10.9, 17 into 10.9 would be equal to let's say 17 nines are is 153, so 15, and 17 tens is 170 plus 15, that is 185, so 185.3. This is the total sum of all 17 items. Okay. Now, the average of first 9 numbers is given 10.5 and the average of last 9 numbers is 11.4. Let's assume the middle number to be x. Middle number to be x. Now, the average of first 9 numbers is 10.5, so that means sum of first 9 numbers would be equal to 10.5 into 9, right? So that will be equal to 94.5. This means sum of first 8 numbers. Remember, the ninth number is the middle number. So sum of first 8 numbers would be equal to 94.5 minus x. Similarly, sum of, this is for the first 8 numbers. Now sum of last 9 numbers, that would be equal to the sum average of last 9 numbers is 11.4. So it is 11.4 into 9. This will be equal to 99 plus 3.6. So it is 102.6. Alright. Now remember, out of the last 9 numbers, the first number will be the middle number. You can count. If there are total 17 numbers, leave aside the first 8 numbers, leave aside the last 8 numbers. The ninth number is the middle number. Right? So the ninth number from beginning is ninth, and from the end it is the first of the 9 numbers. Okay. So that means sum of last 9 numbers. How do you calculate sum of last 8 numbers? Sorry. We already have the sum of last 9 numbers, that is 102.6. Subtract the ninth number, that is the middle number, x, to get the sum of last 8 numbers. Right? Now if you have to calculate total sum, how will you calculate? It will be equal to the sum of first 8 numbers plus the ninth number plus the sum of last 8 numbers. Right? Just put the values here. Total sum is 185.3. Sum of first 8 numbers is 94.5 minus x, plus the middle number is x, plus sum of the last 8 numbers is 102.6 minus x. So 1x gets cancelled and we will have x value equal to 94.5 plus 102.6 minus 185.3. So add the first two, you will get 196 and 197. So 197.1 minus 185.3. So it must be equal to 12.1 minus 3, that is 11.8. Okay, so x is equal to 11.8 is the middle value. Right, so you have to be a little careful and you have to play this carefully. The middle number is 11.8. Now question number 19. It says there are 35 students in a hostel. The number of students, if the number of students increased by 7, the expense of the mess were increased by rupees 42 per day, while the average expenditure per head diminished by rupee 1. Okay. Let's assume that the original expense per head was X rupees. That means total original expenditure would be equal to 35 students into X rupees. This is the original total expenditure. Now, if the number of students increased by 7, okay, the number of students increased by 7, then the new expenditure would be equal to, it says total expenditure would become, number of students will become 35 plus 7 and it says the expenditure per head diminished by ₹1. So the new average expenditure should become X minus 1. Also, it is given that the new expenditure is equal to 42 rupees more than the original expenditure. So 35x plus 42. Right? So new expenditure, there are two ways to calculate. One, number of people into the average. Number of people increases by 7 and the average per head decreases by 1. And the other way is given that the total expenditure increased by 42. So original expenditure 35x plus 42. Solving this equation, we'll get the value of x. Let's see. 35 plus 7 is 42 into x minus 1 equal to 35x plus 42. Open this, you get 42x minus 42 equal to 35x plus 42. Bring 35x to the right hand side, left hand side, so it becomes 42x minus 35x, so 7x equal to 42 goes to the other side and gets added, so it becomes 84. So we have x equal to 12 rupees. That means the original average was 12 rupees per head. 12 rupees per head. Now the question is asking the original expenditure. So the original expenditure was, as we can see, it was 35x. So it is 35x. That is 35 into 12. 35 into 10 is 350 plus 70. That is 420 rupees is the original expenditure. Alright, so this was a good question. Now the next question, question number 20, it says a batsman has a certain average of runs for 12 innings. In the 13th inning, he scores 96 runs, thereby increasing his average by 5 runs. What is the average after the 13th innings? Let's assume that the original average after 12 innings is X. So original average is equal to X, right? That means the sum of 12 innings should be equal to 12x, and the average after 13th inning. So average after 13th inning will be calculated as the total sum of 12 innings is 12x plus the 13th inning is 96 divided by 13, and it is given that the average is increased by 5. So the new average should also be equal to x plus 5. I repeat, the average of 13 innings should be calculated as total sum of first 12 innings plus the 13th inning score, that is 96, divided by 13. And this should also be equal to the original average plus 5 because it is given in the question. So if we simplify this, we have 12x plus 96 is equal to 13 into x plus 5. If you open 12x plus 96 is equal to 13x plus 65. Send 12x to the right hand side and bring 65 to the left hand side. So 96 minus 65 is equal to 13x minus 12x. That means we have 31 is equal to x. Try and understand that x is the original average. That is after 12 innings. Our question is, what is the average after 13th inning? So average after 13th inning is equal to x plus 5. So it is 31 plus 5, which is 36. So the new average is 36 runs per inning. Now the next question is exactly the same, only the values are different. Question number 21. It says the batsman in his 17th innings makes a score of 85 and thereby increases his average by 3. So let's assume original average after 17 innings is x. Okay. Sorry, after 16 innings is x. Okay. And the new average is 3 more. So that means new average is equal to x plus 3. Okay. How do we calculate the new average? Let's see. The new average will be calculated or must be calculated as the total sum of all the runs. So before 17th inning, it will be 16 innings into x runs per inning plus the 17th inning 85 divided by 17. This is the new average, which must also be equal to x plus 3. Okay, simple question. We have done it in the previous question. Simplified. 16x plus 85 is equal to 17x plus 51. So from here we get x is equal to 85 minus 51, that is 34. So the original average is 34. Original means the average before 16th inning, before 17th inning, right? So average after 17th inning would be, so the new average, the question is asking the new average, that is 17th inning, that is x plus 3. So 34 plus 3 is 37. So the new average is 37. Okay. Question number 22. It says the average weight of 10 students is increased by half a kg when one of the students weighing 50 kg is replaced by a new student. All right, find the weight of the new student. Right? Let's see. Suppose the original average is x. Original average weight is x. That means the new average weight must be equal to x plus 0.5. Okay. Now, the new average must be calculated like this. The total number of students is 10 into the original average weight is x. Then 50 kg student is going out, and let's suppose the new student weight is n. Right? So 10 into x is the original total minus 50 kg, the person who is going out, and the new student weight is n. Divide by 10. This should be the new average. Okay? And this must be equal to x plus 0.5. Okay, so the new average has to be calculated like this. So from here, if you simplify, you will get 10x minus 50 plus n is equal to, 10 goes to the other side and it becomes 10x plus 5. So 10x gets cancelled and we have n equal to, 50 goes to the other side, 55 kg. So the weight of the new student is 55 kg. Okay. Now question number 23. It is similar to the question number 22. It says the average weight of 8 sailors in a boat is increased by 1 kg. Let's assume the original, same process, original average is equal to x kg. New average is equal to x plus 1 kg. Okay. And the new average should be calculated as, let's see, there were 8 people into x. This was the original sum. And one of them weighing 56 kg is replaced. So 56 is going out. So minus 56 plus the new sailor is, let's say, n kg. Divide by the number of people will remain same. So it is 8 divided by 8 should be equal to the new average, that is x plus 1. So it is 8x minus 56 plus n is equal to 8x plus 8. Right? By cross multiplication. So 8x and 8x get cancelled out and we have n, that is the weight of the new sailor, is 56 plus 8, 64 kg. Right? Similar process as the previous question. Let's take up question number 24. It says a number x equal to 80% of the average of 5, 7 and 14 and a number y. If average of x and y is 26, it's a simple question of averages. X is equal to, let's say x is equal to 80% of average of 5, 7, 14 and y. So add all of them, 5 plus 7 plus 14 plus y, divide by 4. Alright, 5 plus 7 plus 14 plus y. Now this is equal to, now 80% is 80 upon 100 into 5 plus 7 is 12 plus 14 is 26. So 26 plus y upon 4. 4 cancels 80 20 times. 20 cancels 100 5 times. So we have the relation x is equal to 26 plus y upon 5. Okay. Or we have 5x is equal to 26 plus y, and that means 5x minus y is equal to 26. So this is one equation that we have. This is equation number 1. Now similarly, it says average of x and y is 26. So x plus y upon 2 is equal to 26. That means x plus y is equal to 2 into 26, that is 52. So we have second equation as x plus y equal to 52. Now we have to solve these two equations. For that, we'll simply add them. So 5x minus y equal to 26, x plus y equal to 52. Simply add them. So y gets cancelled and we will have 6x equal to 78. So x is equal to 78 by 6, that is 13. So x is equal to 13. If you put the value of x equal to 13 in the second equation, y would be equal to 39. Right? So the question is asking the value of y, which is 39 is the answer. Now question number 25 is similar to some of the previous question that we have done. It says the sum of three numbers is 98. So let's say the three numbers are a, b and c. So a plus b plus c is 98. The ratio between the first and second, that is a is to b, is 2 is to 3, and between second and third is 5 is to 8. So b is to c is 5 is to 8. So first we combine. How do we combine? Common quantity is b, and the numbers corresponding to b are 3 and 5. So make them same. LCM of 3 and 5 is 15. So multiply the first ratio by 5. So you'll get 10 is to 15. Multiply the second ratio by 3. So you'll get 15 is to 24. Alright. So the combined ratio of a, b and c, that is a is to b is to c, would be equal to 10 is to 15 is to 24. Right? And the total sum is 98. So you can directly calculate the second number, that is b, will be equal to 15 divided by the sum 10 plus 15 plus 24, okay, into total 98. So it is 15 upon 49 into 98. Now 49 cancels 98 two times, so it is 15 into 2, that is 30. So the second number in this question is 30.